when they tell you what they think. That's what they all said about us. They said, believe him when he tells you what he thinks, who they are.
The president is in do no harm mode, stapling himself to the bench at the direction of the Harris campaign. Well, even from the White House, he may have done some pretty significant harm in the final week of the campaign. Just listen to this and you be the judge.
I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
I want to put it into a larger context of your recent comment comparing the Sunday Trump rally to a Nazi rally. And I would also throw in there Obama's bitter clingers, guns and religion comment from a while back, the deplorable line from Hillary Clinton's campaign, and the way that Democrats are seen by some voters as disrespecting them. And I have to ask, does that undercut this closing message of unity from your campaign?
No, certainly not.
Tim Walz, so out of it. Well, believe them when they tell you what they think. They do think you're human garbage. That wasn't from a comedian on the left. That was from the president of the United States. Trump's supporters are human garbage. That's what they said. Barack Obama, we cling to God and guns. Oh, we're suspicious and violent with our guns. Hillary, we're a basket of deplorables. And all this week, the entire Democrat Party and media establishment went Nazi, Nazi, Nazi on us. Believe them when they tell you what they think of you.
Do you sympathize with any voters who do feel offended by or insulted by the garbage comments?
I am running for president of the United States. I will be traveling to 3 states today to do what I have been doing throughout, which is talking with the American people about the fact that, first of all, I get it in terms of the concerns they have about challenges like the price of groceries.
This is a Tulsi Gabbard ad.
I left the Democrat Party because now it stands for the exact opposite of all of those things.
Free speech is not an absolute.
Social media sites, they are speaking to millions of people without oversight or regulation, and that has to stop.
And they're telling you again what they believe. Get rid of free speech and prosecute you for what you believe. Remember, if Trump said what Biden said, they'd probably have thrown him in jail.
I never would have imagined as an American and as a soldier that we would live in a country in my lifetime where we would feel like we have to self-censor what we say, that we couldn't criticize our own government for fear of them labeling us as a domestic terrorist.
People are afraid of the Democrat Party. People are afraid. In Hollywood, they're afraid to tell you they'll vote for Trump. They're afraid of telling you, giving you free speech. They should be afraid. They're afraid of social media on these tech platforms to tell you what they think. That's how far the Democrat Party's censorship industrial complex is in full play. Everyone's afraid. That's your brand. That's the Democrat brand. That's the leftist brand.
There should be a lot of things done. We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control.
No matter how many times we've heard Kamala Harris and Joe Biden over these last 4 years tout and celebrate how Bidenomics has been great for America,
America's economy is strong.
Polls consistently show that a majority of the American people disapprove of the president's handling of the economy.
Guess what? It's working.
Over half of Americans earning a 6-figure salary report that they're actually living paycheck to paycheck. Bidenomics is working. It is actually working.
The number of homeless people on the streets and in shelters across the U.S. increased significantly this year.
They don't listen to you. They tell you what to think. I'm John Mike Keane. This is a free speech zone. It's one of the rare ones still left.
Bidenomics is working.
It's almost as though they're speaking from an ivory tower, saying how great they are and patting themselves on the back, while people are struggling for crumbs on the streets.
That's just like Hollywood giving themselves all those awards. They're going to give themselves medals and awards and tout their accomplishments, even while your economy crashes and you say, hey, the economy is crashing. They go, no. The economy is fine. It's working. Wait. There's a hole in the border. Millions of people are coming over. No. The border's secure, Mayorkas said with a straight face.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about choosing, we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
The Department of Defense, under Biden's authority, quietly codified its right to deploy lethal force against its own citizens on American soil.
I'm proud to endorse Donald Trump in this election because he is our best hope.
Lo and behold, the orange insult man is the hope of America to unite us, to give us a positive vision forward. Do not listen to these Democrats. Remember, the Republican Party is the party that ended slavery by force.
The party of equality, the party that was founded to fight against and end slavery in this country. It is the party of common sense and the party that is led by a president who has the courage and strength to fight for peace.
Mr. Trump became the first sitting U.S. president to ever set foot inside North Korea yesterday.
Remember what they said about Trump, too, that he loves Rocket Man and all that. He's reaching out in peace toward them. Remember what they said about Rocket Man. Trump met with these dictators. He's the first to reach out and bring peace. Now, they made fun of them. It sounded like he was trying to ally with them, which of course he wasn't. He brought peace.
And this is why they will do everything possible to try to destroy him. Because this man has the courage to take them on and root out the deep rot of corruption in Washington.
And that's Washington terrified of Donald Trump. He and Elon Musk in his Department of Government Efficiency. They could cut the government spending down by 1/3 right off the top. And then they're not going to attack just Democrats. It's not about getting Democrats defunded. It's about shrinking the government and making it more efficient. And that terrifies Democrats.
Now is the time for us to stand together to save our country.
Yes, Trump, he's the optimistic future. But here's Scott Jennings on CNN bringing the heat.
I actually do believe he, Harris, the Democratic Party, and most of their campaign do believe that half the country is garbage. They've also said people who go to Trump rallies are Nazis. And so it's pretty apparent the disdain with which they hold half of the country in.
It's not true. No. Mumble. Now they're going to come out and try to clarify it. They're already trying to take back Biden's words. But remember, when they tell you who they are, believe them. I'm John Mike Keane.